Standing is nothing.
Nah,
Alright,
yeah.
alright, bet. Alright, cool.
Yeah, could you help me with the card, the white balance card thing?
Oh, alright, bet.
It's actually like it's a cutting board, but we're gonna
Yeah.
pretend.
I feel like I'm taking a mugshot picture, dog.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Alright, it's cool, man.
We good?
Yeah. Alright, man. How's it going?
Yeah. It's going well. It's going well.
It's a good evening, you know.
Great evening, actually.
Yeah, we almost died, you know. Like,
Man, makes you appreciate life a lot more, man. But
had some fire food, at least.
actually, literally,
Some literal fire.
yeah.
Fire food, man.
Value special, of course. You know.
Hey, man. Yeah, you know why you're here? Like, I always ask people this.
Yeah. I think I know I'm here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why I'm here, but
Alright. Some of them I don't even know about, I'm guessing.
I assume one is the content, of course. You know. Yeah, the content.
Yeah, man. Just trying to have a short conversation, just a quick conversation. Talk about how you navigate life and how much of a role music has to play with that, really.
Yeah,
Have some conversations about the Bear project that we just got involved in.
it's all good.
Started out
Yeah.
the way it always starts out. How'd you get introduced? How'd you get involved with music?
Yeah, so my dad was a sound engineer, and because of him, everything in the house was essentially musical. You know, music was a very crucial part of like my upbringing and all of that. You know, my older brother also plays drums, and so at first I was just trying to be like him. You know, just trying to learn drums and all of that. You know, and at some point I guess I was swayed towards the guitar, and then we ended up here. So, yeah, it all started with family. I think it's all family oriented. You know, music was always a part of the family, and so it rubbed off on me.
Nice. That
Yeah,
sounds like a good way to get into it, actually.
more or less. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It is.
Elvis requested this question for you, especially.
Wow.
Right? So, we're going to go ahead and like throw it in at the beginning. Right? You know how they think about. I'll spare that one and then like build into it then. You know, art and madness, right? You know,
Yeah.
there's a danger to this big, vast, creative world,
Mm.
right? How do you navigate the negatives that come with being an artist?
I think it's the same as everything else because I feel like with everything else in life there are negatives, you know, and you find a way to deal with those negatives. I think with being an artist, um, for me, I can't necessarily say that there are distinct negatives, you know, because to me, as an artist, everything that comes with the artistry is natural. It's something that makes sense to me, you know, but according to maybe like social standards or whatever the case may be, I think that maybe the negatives might be the stereotypes that come along with being a musician.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you are firmly rooted in your identity, then I don't think the negatives will affect you or rub off on you the way everyone else thinks they will, you know?
Mm. Yeah, you know why I asked this question.
I don't,
I think you know exactly why. Yeah, okay, let me just ask you the big question. You know, like you know how, especially you, bro, you're a guitarist,
nah,
lead guitarist, bro. Yeah, you know how you guys are with the hands, bro.
not
Thumbs.
even, not even.
Yeah, how do you navigate that? Do you even navigate
Wow.
that part of it?
I mean, at some point, you have to navigate it. You know, there has to be a certain discipline instilled in you. You know, because those things can affect the work. And at the end of the day, it's all about the art. It's all about the music. It's all about the artistry. It's all about the music. You know, so as soon as you see that anything else begins to affect the artistry, the music, that's where you draw the line. You know, so for me, that's usually what I do. You know, I will allow myself to indulge in whatever it is that might appeal to me.
Yeah,
But once it starts affecting me and the other guys, then that's where I have to draw the line.
I see.
You know, so
Damn.
that's
That
essentially
sounds like one of my songs.
it.
Hey,
I guess
hey,
that's why I'm on your project. I don't know.
hey, hey, you be breaking these hearts, don't you, bro?
Not even. Nah, nah.
Oh yeah.
Not even, man.
All
Not
right,
even.
man. Yeah, but speaking of, man, how do you navigate your internal space emotionally and all of that, and how much of a role does music play in that?
So, while growing up, for me, I would encounter like different emotional obstacles and so on and so forth, and music would always be the one element that's comforting me throughout everything. So I think as I've grown, I've begun to like lean on music more than anything else. So I usually prioritize music over anything else. So when it comes to like how I might feel or deal with certain things internally or just processing a lot of different things, I always maybe this might be healthy or unhealthy, I'm not sure. But I always think of how it will affect my music. I always think of how it will affect my creativity, all of that. So I think for me at this point, I'm prioritizing my music, and all my creative juices are going towards my music. You know, and so let's say I do encounter someone or whatever the case may be. You know, I will put it against my music and see how things weigh out. So be it unhealthy or unhealthy, but music is a priority to me, and that's what comes first.
Nice. Music comes first. Nice. So how much of that emotional energy do you put into your music? Like your emotions, your thoughts, and how much of that goes into the music?
I think I would put everything, okay? Well, everything I can speak about. I am never trying to, you know, just speak about personal things and other issues that might affect other people. Let's say, be it happiness or sadness or pain, whatever the case may be, I'll put all of that in my music because that's an outlet for me. That allows me to deal with my feelings, to process them, and to music kind of acts as a healthy mechanism to deal with whatever it is I may be going through. So whenever I'm emotional or stressed or whatever the case may be, I just run straight to the music.
You spoke about not putting personal stuff into that space. How do you, or where do you draw that line of personal and impersonal? Like how do you recognize this is getting too personal, and how much personal stuff so far has leaked, like not even intentionally, has leaked into the music?
I think while going about the journey and as you grow as an artist and all of that, you do make mistakes. You do say too much at a certain point. That usually happens when, let's say, you release something and you might receive backlash from certain people. I feel like you might always receive backlash. But with certain things that might come to you, like what you said was a bit too personal. We know this and that. I think once you start exposing or violating privacy, I think that's where we draw the line. Because you can speak about getting your heart broken or about someone betraying you and things like that, because everyone experiences that in some point. I feel like when it comes to how things go down, that's maybe where you need to like filter things out and decide where it is you want to draw the line. So I might not divulge too much. I might just say I was betrayed in a certain way, but not how I was betrayed. You know, as long as I am not invading the other person's privacy or offending them, I think in that case then it's okay.
Mm. This sounds like a very, what's the word, thoughtful, or thoughtful isn't it, but it fits. Thoughtful kind of approach to the art. What about artists? What's your take on artists like? Should I say Yay? Because Yay is a little controversial right
Mm.
now. Artists like who was a pretty offensive artist
Mm.
was Picasso is a good
And
example.
boom.
But writers like oh
I do get the premise of
yeah, you
your
get the
question.
premise.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
get the
kind of
premise.
art that is purely for the sake of shock value and bringing
Mm,
the lesson through shock. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. At the end of the day, music or art is a form of expression. So I won't necessarily condone someone or something or condemn, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, it's your art. I can't tell you how to express yourself. I can't tell you what to say or what not to say. I can tell you what might offend someone or what might not offend someone. But at the end of the day, it's your art. And so, for those that might offend people, or not even offend, but just say how they actually feel, you know, I think if that's how they cope, if that's how they get through the day, if that's how they feel comfortable expressing themselves, who am I to tell them not to? You know?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right, man. I guess one of the main reasons why we're here is just we trying to like talk about the Bear project. Like, what words do you have to say like to the people listening?
Mm. I think once they get a chance to check out the Bear project, for me, I picked up on a lot of vulnerability and the strength in vulnerability as well, the courage in vulnerability. Because while working on the project, while working on the songs, you listen to the songs, you listen to the lyrics, and you actually, get insight on what the artist is speaking about. How they feel, how their partner might have made them feel throughout the experience and the relationship and all of that. And it's a very bare and raw and vulnerable project, but there's no signs of weakness in any form, in any sense. And I think that's something that really resonated with me a lot. The power in vulnerability, the power in speaking about heartbreak or whatever the case may be, but with a smile on your face, if I may say, with the pep, with the, what do they call it, a pep in your step, with your chin up. I think that's something that really inspired me and made me want to be a part of the project even more. You know.
Nice. Like, what would you say to encourage people to check out the project when it's finally out?
I think there's something in the project for everyone. You know, how it went about, there's, different seasons and so on and so forth. So I think everyone will find something that they can relate to. Everyone can find something they can resonate with. Be it the happy moments in relationships or the hardships, whatever the situation may be, there is something for everyone. So I think if you want a project or a piece of art that is stripped down, raw, bare, honest, vulnerable, um, this might be the project for them.
Nice. Speaking about finding, where can we find you and some of your work?
So on all social media platforms, it's underscore Sir Alexis. So SIRALEXIS. For all platforms, you'll find me there.
Nice. Okay, man. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on, Jay.
No problem, man. Anytime, any day. Sweet.
Nice.
That's all, man.
That was dope.